Welcome to the game day skate, and here we are. Not much rest for the weary, but no one's going to be weary, and certainly no excuses here as the Maple Leafs arrive back shortly after midnight last night from Pittsburgh and get prepared to take on the Islanders of New York, who play their first road game of the season. Paul Hendrick and Big Daddy Bob McGill. Bob, pretty impressive victory last night, and you look at the statistics when Pittsburgh get goals from the likes of Malkin and Crosby. They were 35-4-1, so full good on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's break down the victory. How did it start off from you in terms of where praise goes?
Well, I think first and foremost, I'm going to give kudos to Colton Orr. I think that when you go into an environment like that last night, where the home opener for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and you come out on the ice and you see, especially for some of the guys, it's their first time into Pittsburgh, and you look over, you see Crosby, you see Malcolm, and it's a little bit intimidating. And I think the fact that you got James Reimer in the net for the first time of the season, and Colton Orr goes out there, and I mean, holy smokes, what a scrap that was. And you'll go back even to the night against the Buffalo Sabres. For me, a lot of people are downplaying the fact, why is Colton Orr on this hockey club? For the likes of Phil Kessels and different players, who can get intimidated by the imposing figures on the other side. I'll tell you, they grow a couple inches and they throw a couple extra 10 pounds on their body because of the fact that they know that Colton Orr is going to look after them if anything gets out of hand during the course of the game. He set the tone. I'll tell you, how pumped up the players on the bench get when you see a fight like that early in the hockey game. When you're on the road, it brings some instant energy to your hockey game, and I'm going to give him kudos big time for getting things started for the Maple Leafs in that hockey game. But after that, overall, James Reimer, outstanding. Yeah, he'd like to have that first goal back by Malkin
as well.
Yeah, but you know what? Hey, Sidney Crosby to throw it through a 5-hole like
pretty
that.
Good. And he's done it before.
Bad. He's done it once or twice.
Right.
But I think overall, the implementation of what Randy Carlyle is preaching is the players are buying in. I don't think there's any doubt. And coaches look like geniuses when you call players out and they perform the way they did last night. But overall, defensively as a hockey club, again, take care of business. Call the defensive zone the business zone, and the fun zone is the other one. If you take care of business, you can go down and have some fun. And I think that the Maple Leafs took care of business in their own zone. A couple of different times, there was a bit of a scramble in their end. But as a whole, defensively, tremendous job again, and full marks for 2 points on the road and a huge victory to get a game over 500.
It's going to be interesting to see if Randy goes with the same lineup, whether he gives somebody a bit of a break, we're not sure, but it certainly worked last night. We knew about James Van Riemsdyk's talents. You hear about it, you don't see Philadelphia all the time. Scored one goal by going to the net. That second goal, going from the backhand with a forehand, bang. He's got hands.
Well, he does, and we've witnessed it, Paul, here at practice where you watch him shoot the puck. He's got a terrific release with that snapshot, and he beats Marc-Andre Fleury last night cleanly, big time. But it's the quickness that he got it away. He intercepts that puck on his backhand, pulls it to his forehand, and he snapped it in a hurry. And I think it caught Marc-Andre Fleury by surprise. And I'll never forget back in the day when I played, when you talk Mike Bossy, he was a guy that I'm not going to compare the two at all, but Mike
it was a similar type goal.
Well, no, but what Mike Bossy always said was, I knew where the net was, and it wasn't like he was trying to pick corners. It's how quickly you can get the shot away before the goaltender can get set. And that was a classic example of that last night. In Van Riemsdyk's second goal was the fact that it was on his tape and off so quick that Marc-Andre Fleury didn't have time to get set. And hey, kudos to the kid. And again, Randy Carlyle called him out the day before on he needs more out of James Van Riemsdyk. He needs him to go to the net, use that big body. And lo and behold, he goes to the net, gets the first one, and gets the second one. So good on him. Hey, he's in his fourth year now. He's still a very young guy. And I think to get acclimated to this hockey club and all the guys, because he wasn't around a lot because of the lockout, you see him starting to fit in. And when you have performances like that, guys are going to rally around you, and that only helps.
Not sure what they're going to do to replace Joffrey Lupul, but this club does have some options. What do you think about Matt Fratton and the options he provides, Randy, being able to play really in either of the top three lines?
Well, I think I like the fact, and now when you think about what transpired, we had that short training camp, that 6-day camp, and Matt Fratton was expected to make this hockey club. He didn't, because he didn't impress enough and do what he was maybe expected to do in that short camp. he gets sent down. And do you think he's going to come up here with a bit of a burr, thinking that I've got something to prove? And I think that's a good thing. He's en route now from Cleveland as the Marlies are set to take on the Lake Erie Monsters tonight in Cleveland. So he's on his way here this morning, and I would expect that we're going to see Matt Fratton come out with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I hope that's the case because I believe he can play in this league. There's no question about it. He proved last year and at the beginning of this year that he's capable of taking the next step. He dominated the American Hockey League. You look at the 10 goals in 13 playoff games last year on the way to the Calder Cup finals. And again, at the start of this year, he had 7 goals in his first 6 games. He's tailed off since then, but he still has 10 goals at the American League level, which in 20 games. So
pretty good.
It's one of those things where, holy smokes, the kid can score. And put in a situation here where he's going to get some quality ice time, I believe he's going to score at the NHL level too.